are you, everyone? Welcome back to FLA Exposure, episode 183. My fuck, I can't believe I've done 183 episodes of a podcast. Started through a pandemic. Here we are, 2.5 years later, still doing it, pumping through onto our fifth event, coming up in just now over 7 weeks, September 24th at the Pictou County Wellness Center. Super excited. What a card, folks. We've been putting on some really good cards, but coming up, this is one that you definitely don't want to miss. Tickets are on sale now, fightleagueatlantic.com. Before we get into it, our sponsor, Nova Scotia Spirits, again, Pictou County, located right by the venue. Blue Lobster, I don't know if you, some places in Ontario do have it. It's delicious. Get out there, try it, support local. Let's get right into it here, folks. A guy, he's going to be fighting on our upcoming card. We haven't announced it officially yet, but very excited to have this gentleman on the card. He's a blue belt, a superb striker, very, very athletic, and a guy that comes with high expectations, training out of the team at Adrenaline MMA. Very flashy and just an all-around super athlete. So let's bring him on. Without further ado, Michael William Adams.
How are you doing?
Good, man. Awesome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't joining us. I guess it's me, but yeah, man. How you been? Thanks again for joining the show. I know I said you're fighting on the card. How's things going on your end?
I'm good. I'm training twice a day. I'm getting ready. That's all I really think about. All I do. So I'm happy. I'm excited.
Yeah, well, that's important, and it's funny, like you and I were talking just a little bit off camera, and we get a lot of messages, like any promotion out there, or anybody that there's lots of people wanting to fight, but we get a lot of messages, people saying, okay, I want to fight this person, or I want to fight, this person at this weight and at this card, kind of demanding. And I have to say, like, kudos to you, man. Like you were on us, you stayed on us, your medicals were done. You're close to being licensed, and you're willing to fight anybody and put your skills to the test. And with the great team you have up there, so I gotta commend you, man, for that. You got a great attitude.
Yes, sir. Ready to go on anytime, anywhere.
I love it. All right, well, let's like for anybody listening, FLA Exposure, Fight League Exposure. The whole idea of this is the who, the when, the why. We try to expose people to, not everybody, we're all fighters or whatever, but what's your background? How'd you get into this kind of stuff? And yeah.
Well, so I grew up, my dad was always watching UFC and that kind of stuff on TV. But I started wrestling in grade 3. My dad wouldn't let me do any striking. I wrestled from grade 3 to grade 9. I got started getting into a bit of trouble. It took about a year off to get back on like the path of figuring out my life. And then when I came back, after about a 6-month period, I came to do a boxing class at Adrenaline MMA. Mm-hmm. I came at the wrong time, did a kickboxing class. Malcolm Gordon kicked my leg, and it was like, oh shit, someone can do that to me. Like, I can't feel my leg. Like, so then I started kickboxing. I've been in the gym 6 days a week ever since.
Wow. And when was that? That was quite 4 or 5 years ago now, right?
Yeah, that'd be about 5 years ago. So grade 9th, 10th grade.
Wow. So you're 20, if that's right. You're 20 now?
Yes, sir. 21 in August.
Doing it at the right time, and that's what's cool about this kind of stuff. Seeing people like you who are young and have been training for a long time, just kind of starting to, begin your amateur career at that age, man. It's a beautiful and scary thing at the same time, man. So
yeah, it's nice because I get to train with all these guys who have fought at the highest level and stuff, and so it's just an amateur fight, So I get to get my feet wet, get my experience and stuff, and there we can see where it takes me.
Well, that's it, man. And not putting too much pressure. I do notice that for a lot of amateur athletes, they put a ton of pressure on themselves, and I think that's important to have people like you have Hominick, you have Horodecki, Stout, Clemens, all these guys that are around you, and the list goes on and on. The Albanian, what's his name? Jesse. Yeah, just great guys and who've kind of been around there and people who can guide you. And I think that's a great thing that you just said. It's not too much pressure. It's an amateur fight. And at the end of the day, when you go pro, that, it goes clean, man. So this is all practice for you to get to where you want to go if you want to go that route, right?
100%. And I see it also as like Jesse Ronson crumples me up into a ball like on Friday nights. Like, what's the worst that can happen? It's like it's gonna be a fun time. So
That's right. And how dare I forget Jesse Ronson? He'll be messaging. Not that he ever messages, but he will be. He'll be fucking. Don't ever forget my name again.
yes, sir.
He's another guy. He's a bad dude coming out of that club. So
100%.
he is. So you spar with him quite a bit.
Yeah. So he runs one of our team practices on Friday nights, and so that's always that's a foreboding practice.
Yeah, he doesn't mess around. He's got a fight coming up, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I believe I want to say in October. I think early October. He's fighting a big fight, Vincent Pichel.
Oh, nice. Good. Awesome.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
Oh yeah, real. He's been around a long time. It's good to see it.
It's it's funny because Jesse and so Mark came out here long ago. He came out here for a charity golf tournament I did back in the day, and he was super awesome. He's just a wonderful guy to deal with. Just a great humble person, man. And he kind of a lot of times I find in martial arts you can meet people who really can make or break your love for the sport. And he's another guy. I looked up to him a lot, and when he was fighting, when I was kind of getting into the sport and as a fan, and also doing jiu-jitsu and training and whatever. And so was Jesse on the Score Fighting series, and these guys so I love that kind of stuff, man. That they're still kind of leading the way, and to have Hominick coming out here with you for us is awesome. I love it. Yeah. He's a legend.
It's it's the opposite of the don't meet your heroes. You know what I mean? I grew up watching that guy fight on TV, and then I come to the gym, and now he's still setting an example for me. So.
It's true, man. That's again very well said. And setting an example is huge. I think a lot of people, if you do want to get to the, not everybody wants to go to the UFC. They want to do other things, but at the end of the day, if you're the coach in there, no matter what the person wants to do, if they want to go to the highest level or if they just want to come in to get a sweat on, if you're leading by example, people are just going to continue to, kind of attract you, right?
100%. He's a guy he's fought for a world title. He knows how to get there too. So it's got to follow in those footpaths and do the right things,
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's very, very true. You're coming off a boxing fight. How many of those have you had?
So that was a kickboxing fight. That was just a little exhibition. Yeah, it's good. So I've had about 5 kickboxing exhibition fights.
Okay.
In Ontario, there's no amateur MMA.
Yeah.
And then you gotta pay a lot of money to fight in any big show, any Waco or stuff like that. So a lot of the times it's just nice local amateur shows, small exhibitions. Jump on and get whatever experience you can.
Exactly. Experience is so key, man. And hopefully, I don't know, it's the whole illegal MMA thing is mind-boggling, and to me in some ways, I don't want to get involved in it because I've had my own stuff out here that I've been quite vocal about and hasn't got me anywhere either. So, we have to deal with it, and it's the sport we're in. But hopefully, it can kind of come to fruition a little bit in Ontario, at least for you guys, and maybe Quebec as well.
I think there's not too long ago there's big news with the IMMAF or something coming to Canada. So hopefully some more stuff will start opening up, and maybe one day even see it in the Olympics.
That's it, and that's how it's going to be. I continue to tell people and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know everything by any means, but I often think about from an Olympic point of view, because Olympic they want people to be prim and they want them to be proper and they follow the rules, and you know what I mean. Some of these, we all judo and all these sports, they're just a little bit more regimented, which isn't a bad thing. You look at a lot of these places, in Ontario Jiu-Jitsu, you have the association, but in a lot of provinces we don't. So I think to get there, we're going to have to kind of come together a little bit and be a little bit, more, I don't know, professional, I guess, from an MMA, So we'll see. We'll see what happens. What do you think about coming out east?
I'm excited. I've never, I've got furthest east I've ever been is Quebec. So I want to see the East Coast. I like seafood. I'm a big seafood guy, so I'm excited for that. I'm really excited for that.
You're coming at Oh, man, a phenomenal time
Oh
for
yeah.
seafood. It's just finished lobster season, and they're going into like herring season, and tons of fresh seafood and shellfish here, man. So we'll set you guys up. All good.
There we go.
It's it's a staple out here, man. It's everybody loves it.
Yeah. I don't like believe in breakfast and stuff. Like I had fish this morning, so I love it.
Like what kind of fish? Fish cakes
I
or
just did salmon and rice.
salmon and rice? Look at you, man. Wow. Wow. I guess I'll have to switch to from my bagels that I eat now.
Yeah, I find I eat more breakfast foods like before bed. I'll have like eggs and bacon before bed.
You're like
Yeah,
backwards a little bit.
a little bit. It depends on the days, what I'm feeling.
Well, the thing is, when you're training super hard, you know what I mean. Like you got to fill up, and you're a young
Yeah.
freaking grown man, dude.
Well, with the all for the breakfast point, breakfast is a really like quick, easy. Like it's quick, easy foods. Usually, you just kind of throw it on a pan. So I think that's all the times why I'd eat it late.
Nice.
Just throw like a bunch of eggs and potatoes, and stir it around until it's like just almost burnt, and then eat
Healthier.
it.
It's
Yeah.
healthier
Well,
than a
it's
lot of
simple. I
people.
don't. I don't know really how to cook much stuff, so it's easy to keep it simple.
No dietitian and adrenaline or what?
I've talked to a nutritionist before and set up like a diet. I have my mom to help me cook a little bit, but for the most part, I'm trying to cook. I'm cooking on my own. I got to sear something or I got to put it in an oven.
Hey
That's
man,
the only
nothing wrong with
option.
that, dude. You're way ahead of me when I was your age, buddy. Trust me. Way ahead of me. You're way ahead of me than I was at 35, I think. Man. Um, so going back to like the guys at the club, like just kind of the leadership, is there anything that kind of, you've been there for 5 years, and again, like the list of names that you train with, they're all world class kind of guys, and is there anything that has kind of stood out in the last 5 years from any of them that has really kind of clicked with you to
Just like taking Mark as like an example for like he's really the captain of the ship here. He's like make sure everything's going as it should be, running right, and then he watches out for everyone. He's a good guy. Just like and then he has stuff figured out at home and stuff too. So it's nice.
yeah, it's
Except,
like a family.
sorry.
No, man, it's all good. It's lagging a little bit, like a little bit of a family, eh?
Yeah, exactly, 100%. I definitely think we're a gym family here.
Yeah, that's again very important. Like you say, Mark, he's got his shit together, and I loved. I got to say, man, I was like fanboying a little bit when he was out here. I was like, he was, he gets it a lot, but like for me, it was like, I was like, geez, man, I'm such a big fan of this guy, and here he is. He's such a down to earth guy, and we're just chilling, having beer
100%.
and rolling and whatever. It just to me, it's just like, whoa, okay. Because I legitimately like have a ton of respect and for any of these people who have put their body on the line to or did whatever to get the sport to this point. So like we can run a promotion and you can fight and the list goes on and on, right? So I have a ton of respect for these kind of people.
Oh yeah, and I always find like all these guys are always down to earth. Like you'd think like there'd be like the stereotypes, like you'd be think like a scary tough guy, but there's always like the sweetest, most humblest guys around.
Big time, big time. You must be there right now. I hear the
I
bell.
am. So this is I work here at the gym. So since when I started coming here in the ninth grade, I started volunteering. I got my high school volunteer hours, and I did a high school co-op here. So I graduated high school here. Basically, I got 12 of my high school credits here, and, and then
Awesome.
yeah, and then now I work here. So I'm always here. I'm either training or cleaning.
Man, you're doing it right, dude. I can't say enough. Like
For
again, like
sure.
how you message us so polite and how you wanted to fight. That's why you can see, man, you want it. Like you're doing things the right way, and that's why Mark speaks so highly of you too, right? Like, man, good on
Yeah.
you,
Well,
man.
my dad always said it's about you got to be in the right place at the right time. So, where else is the right place closest to me? I can't drive, so
You're there all
here
the
I
time.
am.
Smart though, very very
Yeah.
smart, man. You got your high school there too. You become a staple in the gym, man. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah,
Very
it's
cool.
definitely a second home to me.
So you're in London, obviously.
Yes. Yeah, born
And
and raised.
I wish I could have done the same thing in high school. You're doing it right, King. It's true.
Yeah, I'm really lucky with like the circumstances I've fallen into. I've kind of got to live like a little bit of the Karate Kid lifestyle throughout high school.
Well, you say fallen into, but you're the one who showed up there volunteering,
100%, that's true too.
right?
I made myself an asset, so they couldn't get rid of me.
Exactly. This guy is really good at cleaning the floor. I think we're gonna. I love it, man. Any takeaways from your last couple fights moving into this one? Obviously, it's different. It's MMA. Anything that you kind of like you're looking forward to other
I
than
just
coming released?
I've gotten so much more comfortable like fighting, just like not letting my emotions like in the way, just going in there doing my thing, like I've been reading a lot of books that kind of like get in that right mindset. Like there's a On Killing by Lieutenant Dan Grossman, the Book of
What is
Five
it?
Rings, On Killing by Lieutenant Dan Grossman.
Okay.
They talk about how like as humans, like we're there's like killing's like a natural thing. Like and so we're in society, like we're violently repressed and we're not allowed to get out these urges. And so it's and then to talk about a lot about stuff about that and how they conditioned soldiers where they've gotten in the First World War, only 15% of guys were shooting. Now 90% of guys shoot their rifles. So it's like you can condition the mind to be more willing to do these things and put in like, yeah. So there's
Man,
stuff like that. Your brain's a computer. You can reprogram it. You know what I mean?
big time, man. That's an interesting topic that I kind of wanted to ask you too about the mental side of this thing because, like that for me, that's a huge part. Like I fucking struggle with it bad, man. I'm just not that person. So it's like I love when people can make that switch. And is that a thing for you? Like mental? Like have you had to
Yeah.
work on it, or it's just always come natural to you?
Well, before I would say I was a bit of a hothead, and now it's like much more just like it's like okay, like let's do this. It's just actions. You know what I mean?
Not wasting
It's
that.
yeah, exactly. Like I'm trying to think of there's some examples from the book, but I'm drawing a bit of a blank.
No, I get what you're exactly like. Do you mean coming to fight? Like I'm not wasting that energy getting all amped up. I'm just going to kind of
Yeah,
do the do.
exactly. Yeah, I'm not. There's nothing but like I'm not wasting anything. This is to kill. This is to finish this. I'm getting in there, getting out. I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting paid at all, but I'm not getting paid by the hour.
That makes me feel bad. No,
Oh, that's the
no.
beauty of this.
Eventually, you will be getting paid lots,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sure.
There we go.
But no, that's it, man. That's exactly, and that's what this kind of stuff is about. To amateur sports is to like the thing is it's different. Is a lot like other sports, like in hockey. Like you grew up playing hockey a little bit, as did I. Amateur sport, I consider amateur sport for hockey like you do that as a kid. So then you get all this amateur practice, and then you become an adult, and you already had this practice. But in MMA, it's different. Like you don't have like people fighting at 15 or 10. You know what I mean? It's like
100%.
grappling matches, grappling tournaments, which are, they're key to getting, or wrestling or whatever it is. Like there's lots of ways to compete, but still MMA, it's unfortunately just not there. So
I got to be honest for the viewers. My hockey career lasted from like probably until the third grade.
well, that's better than some.
Yeah, I can skate still. That's about it. But
Man, I didn't play much hockey. I was a junior. Well, I shouldn't say I did play a lot of hockey. I was a junior B guy, and then I went down to junior C. Had a ton of fun, man. Junior C was the best of the best here in Nova Scotia. All the shitty small town, like really, really bad hockey, but it was a ton of fun, man. So
I feel like bad hockey is better than good hockey.
that's for me. Like I'm not a competitive person, so for me, it's like I just like even when I train, like I just like to have fun and train. Like I very rarely do I hit that level where I'm like, okay, like level 4 or level 5 anymore, where I'm like, okay, like it's in like we're doing this kind of thing. Not very often. And I was the same growing up in team sports. I just don't have that that switch where I'm just like, nah, let's go for a skate and have some fun, kind
You
of
can
thing.
find it. You can find the switch.
And that's the thing. Like, I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and I found it many times in the club, but I don't.
Mhm.
Sometimes when I struggle a lot finding that switch. Like when I'm out competing, but I'm gonna find it eventually before I'm done
Yeah.
competing. I'm gonna find it, man. There's no
Oh, yeah.
question. There's some point I'm gonna find it, and somebody else gonna find it too.
There we go.
Yeah. What's
That's
your
awesome.
expectations coming out here?
Have a good time. Honestly, I'm. I expect to win. But like obviously that's just kind of like going into like competition. So
Totally. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm just looking to have a good time. Start like getting more experience. With COVID, it's been 2 years. Like it's been kind of training. Like I've had, and then I've had a little bit of bad luck trying to get stuff set up in the past,
Yeah.
and then, so I'm looking forward to like finally getting to it and then getting the ball rolling, because once you get it rolling, it doesn't stop.
It's very true, man, and that's a big thing for us too. Like, some people get butt hurt because they can't fight on every card, but unfortunately, like you're going to get pushed if you're finishing in spectacular fashion, or if you're just doing really good things, you're going to get pushed, and that's just the way it is. And there's only so many fights per card, and it's the
No,
people who
100%.
you know
And well, I have to look at it from the other side too, because in that 2 years, I've gotten so much better just training, putting my nose to the grindstone, and like I have nothing else to do. Why not train? So
Exactly, man. That's it, and that's again the attitude that that makes champions, right? That's the kind of stuff that it does make champions, and we got a great fight on our hand, folks. We're not going to talk about it just yet. We'll talk about it next week, but yeah, quite the fight. Very excited for this one. Couple last questions for you, Michael.
right on.
Shoutouts. Anybody you want to give a final shout out to? Thank you.
Obviously all the guys at the gym: Mark Hominick, Chris Wardesky, Sam Stout, Chris Clements, Jesse Ronson, Leo Laux, Chad Laprise. All those are all Jesse Goff. Those are all the guys that like honestly, they're here on the day to day, or they were here on the day to day helping me out. Like they've made me the man I am today. Big shout out to my parents. They've funded all this and like helped me get all live my life and stuff. And
you can
all
help
my friends and everyone I know is supportive of me, and like, so yeah.
Awesome. Love that, man.
Spartan Nutrition, the guys there help me out a lot. I'm always buying like protein powders and stuff from them. Yeah.
They ever hooking you up with some free bags?
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm crazy into pre-workouts right now. Like I got a bit of a caffeine thing, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
It's like I got the like 400 milligrams. Like it's fucking. I don't drink coffee either, so it's like holy fuck.
So how many scoops? I got to tell you, how many scoops?
That's 2 scoops. I double it.
Man, be careful, dude. I'm telling you, I've had 5 kidney stones from doing the same thing when I was in my 20s. I would double it and triple my pre-workout, and then I ended up with 5 kidney stones. And I can tell you some crazy stories off camera that you do not want to know.
Okay. Maybe I'll wean off. I'll wean off of it.
It's hard though. I know it makes you feel like Superman. What do you do, right? Like,
well, I just like it for lifting weights. I don't use it when I like train, but when I need it to lift weights, I find like you just get you get the pump and stuff. It's way better.
Yeah, put on some crazy music.
Yeah, exactly. I just got into like trance music where it's just like the BPM's like 180 plus. It's like
oh man. Uh-oh.
Well, yeah, it's a
3 scooper.
Like, yeah, exactly.
What about mentors? You kind of covered that in that kind of conversation a little bit, but anybody inside that really
outside the club, other than like the guys at the gym, it would be actually looks a lot like you. I have a grade 6 teacher, Mr. Parley. Always told me kind of like do what you want kind of thing.
I ran
into him running not too long ago, and it was good to catch up with them.
Nice. Good.
And then just all my friends, all the guys. I've been I've hung out with the same group of dudes since about the 6th grade. So like
Nice.
I've always had the same guys behind my back showing me support. So always love to see them there.
That's huge, man. And hopefully, you know, in another couple of years, they'll be in the crowd at the Air Canada Center.
Yeah, 100%.
Cheering you on, man. I'd love to see that, man. That's what our whole promotion is about. Truly, both of us, we're both guys who've trained a lot, but also just massive fans of the sport and want to see people do well, man. So I hope that this we can kind of get this opportunity for you and continue blossoming your career, hopefully with us, and until you move forward. But yeah, man, keep killing it. And any final words?
No. Thanks for having me, man. This is awesome. I've never really done anything media related, so it's really cool to do.
Awesome. Well, there'll be some more of it too. So,
all right, sweet.
Awesome, man. You're a great guy. Keep leading by example, and keep being a great guy around the gym, and try to give Mark a liver shot for me.
One day I will.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I'll regret it.
Yeah, I bet you will. I'll probably regret saying that too. All right, buddy. Thanks for joining us. There you have it, folks.
All
Mike
right.
Williams Adams. Awesome. Great episode with another super talented, young and hungry athletic fighter. Going to be fighting upcoming Fight League Atlantic 5 in just over 7 weeks. Pictou County Wellness Center. Tickets on sale now, fightleagueatlantic.com. Going well. Very few tables remaining. Tickets are pretty much like 25% sold out already in 2 weeks. So it's going to be a sellout of an event. An absolutely banger of a card. Shout out to my boys at Finesse Brand. Sending over a t-shirt. Great guys, local guys. What's it say? I don't know. Graceful. Fucking terrible at this. Well, anyway, graceful under pressure. Unlike me. So yeah, get out there, buy your tickets. We'll see you soon, folks. We'll be back with another episode next week. Lots of love. If you can be anything in this world, be kind.